So hello and welcome back to Embodiment and Resourcing. We're going to get right into it, doing first a little check-in with our three centers. So I'm going to stand back a ways so you can see more of my body. You can do this standing or sitting. Both hands on the lower belly. So that's sort of the center of your physical manifestation of you. Close your eyes and just tune in. Maybe ask yourself, how is my body right now? Without looking for a verbal answer, just see if you can directly scan your body, notice how your body feels. It's very simple attunement. Then moving your hands up to your heart area, asking yourself, how am I right now emotionally? What's my mood? What's the tone of how I'm experiencing my life through this dimension of my being? And then third, let's bring our hands up to the head. Tune into your mind. What's your state of mind like right now? And maybe just taking a moment, let your arms come down, and see if you can just tune into your whole being all at once. Just this awareness that you are right now that's experiencing this gift of life through all these different aspects, feelings, emotions, thoughts, sensations. Okay, then opening your eyes. So I picked a theme for this practice, and the theme is working with or dealing with the nervous system energy when we're in the fight mode. So when we feel threatened, or there's something that startles us, or there's something that's blocking us somehow, sometimes our primitive mind and our nervous system will go into a defense mode or into an aggressive mode, kind of a fight energy. So probably everybody's probably experienced this on some level or another. And there's ways that we've conditioned to repress that. And there's ways in which that energy can be out of control. And we feel like we're saying things that are, aggressive, or we're acting in ways that we're out of control. So instead of talking about that in terms of the meaning or the story of it, let's just work with the nervous system and the body level. You may not be feeling that energy right now in your body, and that's actually great. It's great to work with our body and our energy system to give it kind of a blueprint of how can I move with my body and my energy when I do get triggered into that fight mode. So instead of repressing it, which most of us have been trained to do, or some of us it was modeled to us to just blurt things out or go crazy with our anger, let's find something different. Okay, so I invite you to stand for this next part if possible. Again, especially with anger or rage energy, we're not going to really be calling that energy up, but we want to be mindful of what our body's capacity is, and we don't want to exceed what feels good for our own bodies. So that's a good reminder for that. So now we'll do the movements very slow, and we'll start small. Arms come up, arms come down and out to the side. Arms come up the middle, and arms go down and out to the side. Now I'm going to stand back a bit. I'm standing with my feet fairly wide, my knees slightly bent. And that way I can really engage and feel the support of my hips and my legs, feeling really grounded down into the earth. So now we're going to add the breath. So breathe in, bring the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down, out to the side. You can also rise up a little bit with your body. And then as you exhale, bend the knees and bring the arms down and out to the side. And just do that a few more times until you feel comfortable with that pattern of movement. Connecting the breath. Big breath in and then exhale. Now in Qigong, movement is called Tiger Clears the Way. And in its full engagement, I'm going to show you that next. And if that feels good for you to do, I'd like you to join me. So in that, when we breathe in, arms come up, same. This time when you exhale, go down with more energy. Bend forward, then come back up, breathe in. Exhale, bend forward. I'll show you from the side. Big breath in, and then exhale. Tiger clears the way. Now let's bring the arms down and pause for a few moments. Close your eyes and just notice how your body feels. We're going to do another set of those in a few moments. It's nice to pause, really tune in, notice how that feels. Make sure you weren't pushing too hard or going too far for what your body wants. Asking yourself, did you feel grounded down through your legs? It's always okay to modify, back off, make it smaller. And here we go again, breathing in, arms come up. And then exhale down, arms out to the side and up. One more. And come back to our standing, our neutral stance. Again, just noticing how you feel. Notice if your heart feels different. Notice how your breath feels. Notice if you feel tingling in your body. And now we're going to go into a standing posture. This one, if your legs aren't already open and spread apart a little further than your shoulders, go ahead and do that. Knees slightly bent, both hands on your hips. And see if you can roll your shoulders back just a little bit and let your chest rise up. So I tend to stand a little more rounded shouldered, but here I'm going to breathe in. Roll my shoulders back a little bit, feel my hands on my hips, and let my chest be rising up and moving forward. And once you get into this posture, just rest here for a little bit and close your eyes. Notice how it feels. So we can shift our attitude about that angry fight energy. We might notice it come up in our thoughts automatically, like, you're pissed at somebody, they crossed your boundary, you're critical of them, or you're critical of yourself. Those are kind of the ways that the mind gets hijacked when that fight energy comes up. And it's hard for us to think creatively or collaboratively. But when we really feel into what anger energy is, disconnected from the stories and the meanings, it's really energy. It's energy in the body. It's actually a part of our power. Oftentimes when we feel threatened and that anger energy comes up, it's because something deep, a deeper need is not being met or wants to be asserted. So we can use that fight energy to give us more information about what our needs are. Maybe we need to speak our truth or stand our ground. So this posture is saying to my nervous system, I can stand my ground. I can speak up for myself. We go from aggressive energy to assertive and empowered energy. Still the same energy, but it has a different way of moving through us, and it has a different effect in our relationships. And so let's take this one step further. We're going to stay in this posture, but let's bring one hand over our hearts. Let the other hand still rest on the hip, and see if you can feel into, I can stand up for myself, and I am in my heart when I'm doing that. So a lot of times when we have that anger energy, we get disconnected from our heart. So I'm just going to pause here and let us experience this posture. Let it speak to the nervous system, to your cells, and let us have our awareness, our intention, our bodies, all united with this energy that is really empowering. It can now be a resource rather than a problem. And so we'll close the practice there.